I know you invited me in today to talk about how Zuora can help increase your revenues and streamline your operations. But before I talk about that, I want to make sure I understand all of your objectives for our time together. Thank you for sharing those. I'm going to write up a series of numbers on the board. As the discussion progresses, we'll see why these are very important numbers. 60, 20, 1.8, 20 million, 500 plus, 12 billion, 95%. They are important because they are driven by some key market trends, some of which may resonate with you. Subscription economy. The first of these trends is what we refer to as the subscription economy. In the last decade, there's been a sea of change in the way that both consumers and companies want to do business. People want to subscribe to services, not just buy products. This can have a dramatic impact on the bottom line by driving up recurring revenue. For example, you can move customers from a free to a paid version, add a new service, upgrade services, or renew them. Subscription ready. It's not easy to make this transition with existing systems and infrastructure. Subscriptions introduce a new set of challenges across every line of business. So we like to say that systems have to be subscription ready, which is why Zuora has been so successful. Monetizing relationships. Subscription-ready systems are important, but companies are increasingly taking a customer-centric view of the world. You need insight into customer metrics to get the most revenue out of every transaction. Complexity. And finally, moving to subscription-based lines of business is a complex proposition for all of the reasons we have discussed. Zuora is here to tell you that moving to subscription-based approaches to selling various products and solutions can be implemented efficiently with rapid time to market. One of the most important ways we partner with our customers is to help them grow their businesses. This could mean making it easier and faster to launch new products in changing market conditions or to scale out offerings. A great example of this is Tata Communications. Using Zuora, Tata drove revenue growth in 32 international markets in 60 days. And because of Zuora, they have the flexibility to bill for millions of customers on a monthly, daily, or even hourly basis. One important aspect for growth is how businesses sell on a day-to-day basis. This matters most to the CEO and CMO, who are very concerned about top-line revenue growth. For example, the CMO or GM of a division in a large business is focused on launching new products and introducing new pricing strategies. However, he or she may become frustrated with systems that only include simple pricing without support for free trials, promotions, overages, or usage-based pricing. Also, today's systems were designed for supporting one-time sales of a product. They are ill-equipped to support add-ons, upgrades, and renewals, to name just a few. We also help our customers efficiently manage the process flows associated with their subscription businesses. A good example of this is VNU Media. With Zuora, 18 of the 20 engineers that were assigned to the billing process can now focus on their core business. How you optimize the processes associated with running the business is very important. For example, billings, cash collections, subscription renewals, cancellations, etc. have a big impact on our customers' businesses. These processes are very important to the COO and to the operations directors. For example, a COO can become frustrated with systems that are designed for simple billing for one-time purchases. The inability to seamlessly invoice and collect payments for their subscription-based products becomes a challenge, and current systems struggle to handle multiple currencies and taxation as you seek to launch products and services in global markets. Zuora helps companies know their business and customers at a much deeper level. We provide visibility with key metrics for everything from customer lifetime value to customer churn. DocuSign is a great example of this. With Zuora, they now have complete visibility to renewals across their 20 million customers. All the metrics are in one place, from churn to monthly recurring revenues to annual contract value. You need to be able to accurately measure the health of your business. The insights you gather will help you make better decisions to, in turn, optimize your processes for future growth. The CFO and the controller are responsible for gathering the metrics that reflect the health of the business. In the realm of the CFO and the controller, the revenue recognition for subscription products and services is much more difficult than for one-time purchases. Revenue recognition is typically managed in multiple spreadsheets because current systems cannot handle the revenue impact of subscriptions that are constantly changing. And the metrics needed to manage a subscription business are completely new and more difficult to gather. CFOs and controllers are not getting these metrics today from their accounting systems. We'll talk more about these a bit later. Zuora's mission is to break down the barriers between selling, optimizing, and measuring the health of your business and addressing all of the shortcomings we have discussed. Zuora achieves this with its integrated solution for commerce, billing, and finance called Z-Business. Z-Business puts the relationship with the customer at the center of all operations. Without this end-to-end approach, you can't effectively monetize the value of your customer relationships. There are just too many moving parts, point solutions, and points of failure. Zuora's Z-Commerce solution enables multi-channel relationship commerce, meaning you can launch your products and pricing strategies on the web, through mobile devices, or traditional sales via CRM. With Z-Commerce, you are not limited to simple pricing. You can launch creative, new pricing strategies that include free trials, limited time promotions, volume or tiered pricing, or pay-as-you-go. Z-Commerce supports the entire life cycle of purchases, not just the initial purchase, but also mid-term add-ons, upgrades, downgrades, renewals, and cancellations. Remember, existing billing and accounting systems have no way of handling these advanced purchasing options. Now let's talk about Z-Billing, the next component of Zuora's integrated subscription commerce, billing, and finance suite. With creative new pricing plans and ever-changing subscriptions and terms, billing management can be a nightmare. Z-Billing makes it all a snap. Not only can you calculate one-time and recurring charges, but even sophisticated usage-based and in arrears charges become easy. And when subscriptions change, even pro-ration and charge alignments happen automatically. You can finally stop sending out 3 different invoices to each customer and trust that your numbers will be right. And when it's time to invoice, you can process them thousands at a time, or do it on demand, one at a time, as your customers need it. Zuora's Z-Tax taxation module allows you to identify which charges within your product catalog are taxable, calculate taxes based on granular sold to address details, and specify which customers are tax-exempt. You can also price, bill, and collect in over 200 currencies across all major credit cards and utilizing 9 direct debit payment methods. Zuora customers understand that finance processes need to operate in lockstep with commerce and billing. Otherwise, there's too much manual effort, complexity, delay, and room for error in critical financial reporting. Zuora simplifies your financial processes using Z-Finance, which keeps tabs on your accounting and recurring revenue recognition data. And Zuora easily syncs up with any enterprise accounting system. With Z-Finance, Zuora becomes a revenue and AR subledger to your general ledger, so you don't need to load detailed invoice, payment, and adjustment transactions into your general ledger. In addition, Z-Finance gives you the ability to lock down accounting periods to prevent changes, giving you audit peace of mind. Z-Finance lets you recognize revenue with pre-built revenue recognition rules. Whether you want to recognize usage revenue immediately upon invoicing or spread recurring revenue over time, we have you covered. Finally, Z-Finance provides our customers with unparalleled visibility into forward-looking metrics that can take days to manually compile, if this is even possible at all. These metrics are critical to any business, including ARR, annual recurring revenue, MRR, monthly recurring revenue, ACV, annual contract revenue, churn, and many others. With Zuora, these metrics can be surfaced in an easy-to-navigate dashboard that can even be visible in other systems, including within SFDC. While integrated, Z-Business is built to plug into your existing ecosystem. Take CRM integration, for example. Zuora's Z-Force is 100% built on the Force.com platform and enables subscription commerce within Salesforce.com. This means that your sales and account management teams can manage the entire subscription lifecycle within Salesforce. For example, a sales rep can create a quote using Zuora's powerful subscription catalog within Salesforce, which can be converted with a click of a button into a subscription order. This order can then be picked up by Z-Billing and Z-Finance for invoicing and RevRec. This is only possible through the integration across the system. And by the way, if you are not an SFDC user, that's fine. Zuora has open APIs that allow you to enable subscription commerce on any CRM platform. And as we mentioned earlier, with respect to accounting system integration, Z Business now becomes your AR and revenue subledger. With Zuora, you can easily tag transactions using your general ledger codes to quickly summarize the data you want to transfer to your general ledger. Because Zuora manages the complexity and high volume of detailed transactions, we unburden your GL of having to maintain all that, simplifying your accounting integration. So let's wrap up our discussion. I want to leave you with some final thoughts on why Zuora will be the right partner for growing your business in the subscription economy. Zuora has 500-plus Fortune 500 and hyper-growth companies as customers, some of which we showcased earlier. We can share many more success stories with you. Zuora has $12 billion in contracted revenue flowing through our systems. We have a 95% customer satisfaction rate based on third-party benchmark surveys, which very few organizations of any type can boast. These numbers add up to Zuora being the recognized market leader in helping enterprises monetize their customer relationships to the fullest. We talked about how Zuora's Z Business has the best integration across the key disciplines of commerce, billing, and finance, but also fits in well with and leverages your existing investments and ecosystem. We can scale to unprecedented levels because of our mission-critical, secure, and redundant data center operations. No other vendor can match the investment we have made here. And finally, we can provide you with the fastest time to market for moving your business into the subscription economy. We can make an impact on your top-line revenue in as little as a couple of weeks. As next steps, I propose we further explore how we can achieve this through demonstrating some important use cases, keeping in mind your existing processes. Thank you for your time.